Today, people close to Joe Biden say he is in no rush to announce whether he'll jump into the 2016 race. Despite many calls for him to make his decision public, sources told CBS News that he will not be bullied into deciding before he's ready.
Joining us now from our Chicago bureau is Principal for 270 Strategies, Hari Sevugan. He's also a former press secretary for the Democratic National Committee. Thanks for being with us, sir.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So, Hari, sources close to Vice President Biden have told CBS News that he feels as though he can announce whether he'll run for president on his own timetable. Does he really have that much time to spare?
Yeah, listen, the vice president has earned the right to take his time to make this decision, but the longer he takes, the narrower his path becomes. As we saw, I think the debate performance from Secretary Clinton really quieted a lot of doubts. We're looking at polls over the weekend. There's a CNN poll that came out this morning that had her at 45%, increasing her lead over Senator Sanders. Vice President Biden was down, I think, to about 18 in that poll. But the interesting number there was 61% of folks who watched the debate thought that the vice president shouldn't run. I think the Democratic electorate is moving on with or without the vice president, and they're becoming more and more satisfied with the field.
Hari, how do you think Hillary Clinton's testimony on Benghazi this week will impact Joe Biden's decision?
Well, look, I think, if there's one thing that's going to coalesce Democrats around any particular candidate, it is going to be a partisan witch hunt, especially when the target of that witch hunt has the last name Clinton. I think, again, to the degree that the vice president is looking at what happens, and I don't think he is. I think he's going to make his decision on his own terms. But what we'll see, I think, is that the electorate is going to be able to see that there's a path forward on Benghazi and emails that the Clinton campaign has, and the questions that they had, the doubts that they had about whether that path existed are going to be answered. And I think we're going to see the electorate and very importantly, funders and establishment institutional Democrats coming around to the Clinton candidacy and saying, oh, there's a path forward here, and some of these doubts are going to be quieted.
Amid the Benghazi controversy, there's a new poll out today that shows that Hillary Clinton is still dominating. She's 16 points ahead of Bernie Sanders. Could her testimony make her drop in the polls? I mean, clearly you have Kevin McCarthy, who's the majority leader, at one point saying that this was in effect a political hit job. Do people know that, or are they aware of that, or will this cause her numbers to go down?
No, I think people are aware of that, and I think they're going to be more aware of that this week. I think Secretary Clinton is going to go forward and talk to the tragedy of the loss of 4 Americans and to her work to try to find answers there. But really, the context here has been set up by Republicans themselves, with McCarthy and Hanna and Republican staffers from the Benghazi committee all saying that this is a partisan witch hunt out to get Secretary Clinton. Again, I don't think those are going to cause her numbers to go down. I think that they're going to cause her numbers to go up with Democratic primary voters who are going to rally around one of their own being attacked in such a partisan way.
All right, Hari Sevugan, thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.